Yes, I need an ambulance right away. There's 2 people in the back of my store. One person seems dead and the other person is breathing. She's tied up.
A vicious attack at a Lululemon store sends shockwaves through a peaceful community, leaving residents on edge after a young student is found brutally murdered.
Jayna Murray is described as a valiant fighter who would not have hesitated to protect herself and her 27-year-old co-worker who was beaten but survived.
Do you know how many times they hit me in my head? At that point, it's did whatever they said.
The investigation heats up as detectives close in on multiple suspects.
Suspects showed up prepared to commit a crime. They were gloved up, they had masks.
But when new evidence emerges, the case takes a sharp turn, revealing a plot far more calculated than anyone imagined.
I know the trauma our family has been through. I want no other family to go through this.
In the heart of Bethesda, Maryland, a manager at Lululemon places a frantic 911 call, shattering the stillness of a quiet Saturday morning.
Montgomery County 911, what is the emergency?
Hi, yes, I'm at 4856 Bethesda. I'm opening up my Lululemon store, and the door was completely open. And I hear someone moaning in the back, and it looks like it's been vandalized, and I'm just really scared to go in.
So you just got there and the door was open and you hear someone in the back?
The door is totally open, it's vandalized in the back, and I hear someone. But I'm like really scared.
Terrified, but needing answers, she cautiously steps inside the store, only to stumble onto a scene far more horrific than she ever imagined.
I need an ambulance right away. There's 2 dead people in the back of my store. There's a woman that's alive and she's breathing.
Tied up?
She's tied up.
Okay, and you're saying that there's one person is dead?
One person seems dead and the other person is breathing.
Did you see anything, or this is all?
No, I didn't. I was too scared to walk back because it looked like there was a struggle, and I knew something was wrong. Hold on, the police are here now, and I am so scared that one of my girls is hurt. Oh my God.
When officers arrive, they're immediately met by a woman who appears to have been viciously attacked. Bleeding and bound at the wrists and ankles, she's rushed to the hospital. That's when officers learn another woman is still inside the store. As they move through the space, they find an open cash register and receipts scattered across the floor, signs of a robbery. But the deeper they go, the scene grows more disturbing. Merchandise and random items are flung across the floor. Mannequins lie knocked over, scattered throughout the display area. A TV torn from its mount sits amid shards of glass and other broken debris. The clues leave no doubt. A violent struggle erupted here. Beyond the sales floor, officers discover a trail of bloody footprints leading toward the rear of the store. Following the tracks, they pass the fitting rooms and reach the women's bathroom. Inside, a large smear of blood stains the center of the floor, an unsettling sign of the escalating violence that unfolded. Following the trail further, they enter a storage area in the back, and there, they make a horrific discovery. A woman lies on the floor, brutally killed in a frenzied attack involving multiple weapons. To police, the extreme violence indicates the perpetrator didn't just want her dead, but intended to make her suffer. The victim is identified as 30-year-old Jayna Murray. Vibrant, fearless, and full of life, a star athlete with a background in dance and gymnastics, Jayna thrived on movement, adventure, and connection. She had a deep love for her family, especially her 2 older brothers, and found joy in traveling the world and immersing herself in new cultures. She wasn't just driven, she was joyful, curious, and always chasing the next experience with an open heart. At the time of her murder, Jayna is living in Washington, D.C., pursuing dual master's degrees at Johns Hopkins University. She balances grad school with a part-time job at the Lululemon store in Bethesda. Friends and family describe her as outgoing, ambitious, and fiercely committed to everything she takes on. But that bright future is stolen in the most violent way imaginable. Her loved ones are left shattered, grappling with the senseless loss of someone so full of light. As they mourn, investigators face the urgent task of uncovering who did this and what could have driven someone to such brutality. With the scene still fresh, investigators turn to the surviving victim for answers. 27-year-old Brittany Norwood is in stable condition at Suburban Hospital. Blood covers her face, and a gash on her head suggests she was struck with force. As doctors tend to her wounds, a detective arrives at her bedside, hoping she can explain what happened inside that store.
Where do you work?
At Lululemon.
And how long have you been there?
Maybe a little over a month. I just transferred from our Georgetown store.
Are you a worker, or are you a manager, or what?
Educator, so just not a manager.
And so you were working last night?
Yeah.
And so it was just Jayna and you?
From 7 to close. We actually left at about 9:45. We left the store.
Jayna was the senior employee on duty that night, and the only one with a key to the store.
And I got to the Metro and actually realized I didn't have my wallet. I called her and she was like, well, I noticed I didn't have my laptop anyway, so it's fine. So I just met her back in front of the store.
Around what time?
Maybe a little after 10, if even then. So we walked in, turned off the alarm.
Alarm records show that the door is unlocked at 10:05 p.m.
And we both went to the back. And we looked for maybe 10 minutes. And I was just like, it's fine, it's late. And she gave me her smart trips. And when we walked back out onto the floor, she was a little ahead of me, and there was someone who hit her in her face. I turned to try to leave a back exit door because it immediately sets the alarm off.
Okay.
And this guy just had me by the hair.
So there's definitely two people?
Yeah. Told me if I said another word, he would slit my throat. And Jayna kept yelling and fighting, and he just kept hitting her. And I think he drug her into the bathroom, and she was still trying to fight with him. And
drug Jayna?
Yeah, by her hair across the floor. And she was just screaming and yelling, and I couldn't do anything. The one guy finally gets the keys to one of our safes, and I know he got some cash and then was just flipping through other stuff, and he hit me a couple of times.
With what?
Just his hands,
okay.
Kind of on the side of my head, and was just yanking my hair. And this was the front of the store, and then we walked back towards the back of the store, and I could see so much blood. And she was still kind of yelling, but it was so faint. And
is the other guy still with her at this time?
I think the entire time, and we went to separate areas. I honestly, I just blacked out. I didn't know what to do. I was so afraid that they were gonna do the same thing to me. And then the other one came out, and he had zip ties.
Okay.
And he zip tied my feet together and my arms together, and then he got me across the stomach and across the chest, and I just wanted it to stop. And then he hit me across the head. He said something along the lines of being a dirty something, and I've never been with one of these, and was I was still cutting my pants, and I honestly thought he was gonna me, and he was he started to bend inside of me, and then was
with his penis, or with what?
And then he was you're so dirty, I wouldn't even use my to f you. And he got like a hanger and told me he wouldn't stop, and he yanked me up and was like, how do we get out of here? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I don't want any alarms going off or something. And I showed him the key that like will turn like the alarm off. Like, I don't even remember like how they left. I don't know. And all I could think was it was my fault because I forgot my wallet and
It's not your
couldn't help her.
Brittany describes the attackers as two men of unknown race, dressed in black and wearing ski masks. But the chaos and violence of the attack leave few clear details. With no surveillance cameras inside Lululemon, detectives turn their attention next door to the neighboring Apple store. And it's there they get their first break. Security footage from the night of the attack shows two figures dressed in black moving quickly past the storefront, one carrying a backpack, coming from the direction of Lululemon. Now, investigators race to identify them before anyone else gets hurt.
Police are still on the hunt for two suspects involved in the murder of a woman and the sexual assault of her co-worker.
These two suspects showed up prepared to commit a crime. They were gloved up, they had masks.
Jayna Murray is described as a valiant fighter who would not have hesitated to protect herself and her 27-year-old co-worker who was beaten but survived. The attack has residents on edge.
As the manhunt dominates headlines, the community rallies, determined to get justice for Jayna and Brittany. Police open a tip line, and within hours, dozens of calls come in. One name keeps surfacing: Keith Lockett, a local with a history of causing trouble and harassing women. Detectives start digging. They find out Lockett is at a nearby bar almost every night, but on the night of the murder, he's not there. Suspicion grows when witnesses report seeing him walking through the neighborhood that night with another man who was carrying a backpack. Now police are determined to track him down. When they find him, he's at a nearby hospital with visible injuries. Everyone who knows Jayna has told detectives the same thing. She was a fighter. If Lockett is the one who attacked her, those injuries could be from her fighting back. They obtain a warrant and collect Lockett's DNA. But when the results come back, there's no match. No trace of him in the store, no trace on either victim. Just like that, their strongest lead vanishes. With Lockett ruled out, detectives are back at square one, so they return to the crime scene. And that's when certain details start to stand out. Men's size 14 bloody shoe prints are found throughout the store, but there's no evidence they ever left. Then there are the zip ties binding Brittany's wrists and ankles when police arrive. Investigators learn those exact zip ties are kept inside the Lululemon store, meaning the attackers would have had to either know about them in advance or search for them during a violent, chaotic assault. Neither scenario makes sense. As the red flags continue to stack up, another strange discovery deepens their suspicions. 4 days after the murder, Jayna's car is found just a few blocks from the store. Inside, investigators find blood from both Jayna and Brittany on the gear shift and steering wheel. No other DNA, no other fingerprints, just the two of them. It suggests Brittany was inside the car after the attack, something she never mentioned in her initial interview. So detectives call her back in, this time with a few more questions.
Thanks for coming again. As far as like you guys like getting into the store then, as far as the whole assault and everything.
Do I have to go there?
Yeah, because you left out some things, okay? So let's see if you remember some other stuff.
Left out what?
Well, as far as like the car thing is concerned.
I know, and that's the only thing.
Okay. Well, then let's do the car thing.
Prior to him sexually assaulting me and zip tying me, they made me move her car.
How did they go about telling you that you had to move the car?
I don't...
Well, you were there.
I know I was there.
Okay.
They asked where her keys were.
Okay.
I said, I don't know. I don't know. And one of them hit me in my head.
With what?
His fist.
Okay.
They said to look or something. I don't know. And when I finally found her keys in one of her pockets.
They knew that?
Yes.
Where the car was parked?
They just said, it's up this way. We'll be watching. Don't try, don't do anything stupid. You can consider yourself dead.
And so what did you do?
I did what they said.
Okay, well, walk me through it, okay? When you went out of the store, and what did you do?
Got in her car. I don't remember.
Well, just...
They would not... Do you know how many times they hit me in my head?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. At that point, I just did whatever they said.
Is that when you got the cut on your head, or was that...
I had that cut. I had already had that one.
And so you left the store and you went to the right. How did you get to the car?
I walked.
Okay, were there other people around?
I remember seeing a couple when I was walking back. There was a cop car.
Okay. And which way was the cop car going?
I think that's the opposite direction.
And then what did you do?
Went to the parking lot. I left it there.
Okay.
And came back to the store.
How did you get in the store?
The door was unlocked.
And?
That's when he sexually assaulted me.
Okay, now how did that go down? I know it's hard for you, Brittany, okay?
I understand I didn't tell you that part. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I am also not safe.
Dimitri, can you think of anything else right now?
Yeah, the only thing I was sort of confused on is, remember you said you saw a police officer, right? Was that like when you left the store or when you were parked?
When I left the store.
Oh, so when you first left the store, okay.
Let's take a break.
Brittany's story isn't adding up. She had her freedom when she stepped outside and even saw a cop she could have approached. But instead, she went back. And somehow, her assailants trusted she would. At this point, detectives are certain she's hiding something. When they return to the room, they don't waste time and confront her head on.
Brittany, comes a point sometimes when we have to break down and get everything off of our chests, okay? I'm sure that you have been going absolutely nuts as far as what the cops have found out, what the cops have figured out, what the cops know.
No one will tell me anything. I can't even watch the news.
I can only imagine. You gotta tell us what really happened.
I'm telling you.
Okay, because I know what really happened.
I told you what really happened.
No, what you've done is you've concocted an incredible story that doesn't make any doggone sense. I guess we can start off with the injuries that you have. They're self-inflicted. Yeah, they're self-inflicted. You did this to yourself.
No, I didn't.
And I'll tell you why. I know this.
I would never do this.
Yes, you did. Yeah. They're perfectly parallel. They're superficial scratches. It's incredible that you want me or anyone to believe that you're lying like this overnight, haven't moved, okay? That's posed. Yeah. So you even said that like you thought about like going to your cell phone. You could have gone to your cell phone, okay? Brittany, these guys give you the keys, tell you to go move her car, okay? A cop goes by and you don't flag him down.
No, because I was scared.
You get in the car and you drive off and park it and then come back so that they can kill you? Come on. You want me to believe that you walk down the street covered in blood? People are walking past you. No one's looking at you. It's 10 o'clock Friday night in Bethesda. Brittany, come on. You told me what you want us to think happened, but that's not the truth.
We know there's a fight.
When detectives interview employees at the Apple store next to the Lululemon, they say they could hear a struggle at the time of the murder.
We heard screaming, and so we go downstairs, and all of a sudden we hear a scream. So I get closer to the wall, and I can hear what they're saying.
What are they saying?
So it was two females, One was hysterically crying, and the other one was like, she was trying to talk to her, like, what's going on? The other girl eventually calms down and starts talking, but I don't hear, at that point, she's kind of mumbling.
Okay.
And then that's when I turn and it's like, oh, seems like there's drama going on.
Did you ever hear any other voices, or just the two?
Just two female
girls.
voices.
You want to tell us why the fight started, though? What happened? I think that, like, you need help.
No.
Okay?
No,
I think that you need to, like, really get this off your chest.
I would never kill her. I would never kill anyone.
For yourself and for your family, you got to tell us what happened.
Can I go home?
In a minute. Well, I'm going to have, like, Chris come on in here. Let me get your brother out here, okay? I'll be back in a minute.
Brittany is given time to speak with her older brother, Chris Norwood.
Should I ask you? Did you?
I don't want to talk about it here.
So you need to tell me right now if you did.
I just don't want to talk about it here. But I will tell you everything.
Okay, just nod your head if you did. Please tell me.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Just
I'm gonna ruin our whole family.
You're not gonna ruin our family. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Why?
I don't know how it happened.
Was it a shoplifting thing?
Hmm?
Was it shoplifting? Were you trying to steal?
No.
Then why did you fight this girl?
Are you sure they can't hear us, Chris?
I looked around for listening devices. There's nothing in this room. And even if they did report this, there's nothing they can use in court. We're going to have two options. One option is going to be they could do some temporary insanity or something like that. And we're going to have to try to concoct some sort of plan, like she attacked you. But that doesn't look good because you tried to cover it all up.
After hearing Brittany's confession, the detectives come back into the room.
So, what did happen?
I just don't have anything else to say.
Okay, well, you already told Chris. I mean, like, this is recorded. We heard you when you admitted that, like, you know, you fought with Jayna.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
We heard what you said too, Chris. So, let's just, like, get it over with. I know it's hard, but there's no sense in holding back. Because there weren't two guys in there. It was just you and Jayna.
Mm-hmm.
How did it start? It's not going away. We ain't going away. You're going to be under arrest and charged with murder, Brittany. Now, before we walk out, you want to tell us how it started?
I just don't want to be here alone.
Detectives are now convinced Brittany is responsible for Jayna's murder. But there's still one thing they don't understand. Why? The two women barely knew each other. Brittany had only been at the store a month. Then, detectives dig into Brittany's past, and what emerges sheds new light on the case. She'd been fired from another Lululemon store for abusing her employee discount and suspected of stealing. Yet, she was rehired and placed at the Bethesda location. At the Bethesda store, a familiar pattern begins to emerge. Merchandise starts disappearing, cash goes missing, and suspicion quietly falls on Brittany, though no one can prove it. When detectives interview Jayna's manager, she says Jayna called just 20 minutes before the murder, and what she reveals begins to uncover critical details of that night.
I talked to Jayna. She called me at 9:46. She asked me, did I sell Brittany some crops? And I was like, no. And she was like, because when I back checked Brittany, she found a pair of crops in there that still have the tags on. Okay, so we got proof now. Like, okay, we have the proof that she stole something.
After the manager's interview, a clear motive comes into focus. Detectives believe Jayna confronted Brittany about the stolen merchandise. Afraid of being exposed, Brittany made a plan to silence her. After they both left the store that night, Brittany called Jayna and claimed she forgot something, asking her to come back and let her in. When the women returned, Brittany unleashed a violent attack, using weapons found throughout the store. She then staged the scene to look like a robbery, putting on men's shoes from the store to track blood across the floor, opening cash registers, and trashing the sales floor. She also moved Jayna's car, likely to mislead investigators and cover her tracks. To sell the story that she was a victim too, Brittany cut herself on the head and stomach, bound her wrists and ankles with zip ties, and lay on the bathroom floor, waiting to be discovered by the employee opening the store the next morning. But when detectives analyzed the blood pattern from the cut on her forehead, something doesn't track. The drops had fallen straight down, suggesting she'd been upright for most of the night, not lying on the floor like she claimed. On March 18, 2011, 1 week after the murder, Brittany Norwood is arrested and charged.
Tonight we've arrested Brittany Norwood, age 27, for the murder of Jayna Murray. Ms. Norwood was an employee of the store and is the woman originally thought to be the surviving victim.
In trying to avoid the shame and consequences of being a thief, Brittany Norwood only dug herself deeper, now facing the far heavier weight of being a killer. On November 2nd, 2011, Brittany is convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Jayna Murray lived with fearless ambition and infectious joy, a woman who traveled the world, driven by an insatiable curiosity, and made everyone around her feel seen. She was strong, brilliant, and full of spirit. To have a life so vibrant and compassionate stolen in such a brutal, senseless act is almost impossible to comprehend. For her loved ones, the pain is endless, but so is the love she left behind.